Let's get straight to the equities market now. At the close of the market on Tuesday, the Nigerian Exchange Limited closed positive amidst buy interest and sell-offs as bulls regained dominance, driving up the broad market. The All-Share Index appreciated by 0.02% to close at 51,138.92 points. Looking at the benchmark, at the new benchmark level there. In the same vein, the market capitalization grew by 2 billion naira to close at 27.85 trillion naira, while year-to-date return settled at 0.88%. Now, the stock market has advanced by just 456.74 basis points since the start of the year. So, let's get talking now. Mr. Ambrose Omordion, Chief Research Officer, Investdat Consulting Limited, it's here to look at these. So the current sentiment driving the market, perhaps maybe we're beginning to see the return of the bulls.
Actually, I would say that we're still market, in a correction mode for more like since March. Actually, market is in a decline phase. Correct mode is just to make it light so that people will not panic. Market is in a decline. But the good as at yesterday, we saw that bargain hunting activities has resumed. We saw that people are taking advantage of the price that have come down as a result of markdown activities, and also the sell-off of weakness in this last weeks. For that, market become attractive for people to start entering. Now that all eyes are not on the Q1 number, despite that, expecting that the Q1 number will be missed, people are taking advantage of this Q1 number should look good, and for that, in some sector to drive their prices. On that note, we're seeing design investors and traders taking advantage of the low price after the markdown, and this company has the strong fundamental that will support their price. That's why we are seeing kind of improve buying sentiment. Yesterday about almost 75% buy position and 25% sell position. That means buyers are becoming took charge of the market yesterday. Let's see what happened today. If that trend is sustained, that means market is going to enter into what we call a consolidation before a breakout. Also, we'll be looking at to see. But the sign of reversal yesterday. We want to see the trend. Is it going to sustain today? But the good news that this morning, as we're speaking now, market is still in green. We saw the life of Zenith Bank, UBA, buying interest in that. These are what I marked down recently. That life of Africa Prudential. It tells you that investors are seeing value in this stock because they've marked down, and that is the position. Now, for me, if this trend is sustained today, till the end of the week, we might see a reversal next week, where we are going to see more Q1 number hitting the market out from next week. That might change the face of it, but depending on the strength of the Q number, because if we experience that the economy in Q1 saw a kind of a contraction, going to reflect in some sectors their performance. For me, I believe that for design investor, know where to put your fund now and invest, because as far that globally we are seeing that two things just driving the global economy, and global economy remain fragile apart from Nigeria economy. If interest rate is on the rise, and also geopolitical tension is increasing, you can see that many of the mature countries are doing what we call missile testing here and there. Mistakenly, anyone just hit each other with this missile, it might lead the world to another. For me, there's a risk in that aspect, and the economy globally is also fragile. That's why investors are moving from one investment window to the other. You can see that recently, gold market in the mature market is becoming interesting. So we're going back to physical, because you see that if the economy is not doing well, where can we play safe? For me, it's all about moving out from one sector to the other to take what prepare for the future, because every investment is against the future.
But for Nigeria, I mean, since we have the majority of players in the market are local players, and so do you think there's a need or a concern to start jittering over their portfolios or investment in the market?
I said it earlier that because prices have suffered losses, we are seeing renewed buying interest. It tells you that the local investors are watching the market carefully. Now that they're seeing that prices have come down, but don't forget that before now or post COVID-19 era, it is the earnings of this company that have supported the price of the stocks. Now that we are expecting that Q1 number will be missed, I'll tell you, despite their also position in some sectors, all eyes are still on this Q1 number to see, because this will tell you how the year is going to start in terms of financial year for this second that had December as year end. That means this first quarter will speak a lot for many investors, but for traders, as we are seeing markdown position, seeing price touching a good price now for buy. Don't take position, because if liquidity return to the market, because another thing is also affecting the market, that liquidity is gradually at a low level. But the good news is that as we are seeing more companies doing AGM, approving their payment date, people are collecting cash. We expect that also to start driving liquidity back gradually to the market. We saw yesterday that MTN had their AGM payment day. I received my alert on the Africa Prudential this morning. Other people ask you, what you do, you just either to go back to the market or to the same Africa Prudential or another stock that presents a better opportunity. These liquidity fund might go back to the market. I believe that this will drive the sentiment. And what we saw yesterday, I would say that it's a result of what liquidity coming back gradually to the world of payment for dividend. Two things.
We saw Transcorp share price, went up yesterday. So what's the factor, driving investors' appetite for that particular stock, or is it as a result of the Tony Elumelu's, I beg your pardon now, Femi Otedola's influence in that company? That's one. The second one, we saw the Nigerian Police Force Microfinance Bank recommended about 10 kobo as a dividend for investors yesterday.
We'll start from the Transcorp issue, as you just mentioned. On this platform, I've said it severally that as an investor or trader, when you see volume in a particular stock or in the general market, it says that something is happening. Recently, we have seen, even not recently, as from February, we have seen volume in Transcorp. Continuous volume. That should send investor kind of a signal. Something is happening in these stocks. Also, similarly, I said yesterday, there are some stocks that also are seeing volume now. People are ignoring them. When we are seeing volume in this kind of stocks, say that there is something fishing or something going to happen. When Transcorp, after they approved their result, they delay, and that sent the price lower again. After it has touched as high as 174 kobo, because they delayed the result, the market brought it down. The market is about information. Then it came down. But when they come out with the result, they declare 5 kobo dividend against 2 kobo paid in the previous year. That's about 3 kobo up for, but that is not the reason why the stock is going. The reason that I was saying that investors are saying that the day the president signed the new power bill, that moving from the so-called,
you have exclusive list
from exclusive list to concurrent list. That means state and federal government can generate that at anywhere you are. That really opened the eyes of investors that in Nigeria today, there are two major companies that are there, Geregu and Transcorp. If you look at Transcorp capacity, it's more than that of Geregu. And what is the price of Transcorp was? You can see that Geregu is almost 320 naira, 300. If you look at Transcorp that has more capacity to generate light, and also already in different places. As we speak now, Transcorp is already in Abuja. As we speak now, it's already in Delta, already in the eastern part. That means there's more market for Transcorp. And also, if Transcorp is going to leave Transcorp as it, and also the power sector or segment of the business will still remain. But people are thinking that it might likely bring out the power alone. And for also seeing a $1 going into Transcorp again, they also they are in the same business. That means he's also seeing that capacity here is okay. Let me also be part of this group. Also bringing his own experience in that power industry also will make the company. For me, these are the what investors and also the volume that are coming. Volume that are coming. And also if you look at people that are behind the volume, it's also send the signal. Yesterday we saw about 700 and something million cross deal from reward investment to United Capital Security. That also speaks for the investor about this morning. They are going almost 10% again. That means somewhere around 2 naira, 23 kobo already this morning. These are the things that are done. Not that is the result, or it's up every investment is again the future. That's in that prospect in utility companies are already high.
Quickly before I let you go, give us the outlook for today. You said the market was already up this morning. So what is likely to play?
I'm seeing that if the high cap stocks didn't suffer losses today, if there's any sell-off in them, market might close in. Because this morning we've already seen the life of Zenith Bank, UBA, Transcorp, and others on the gainer start. If any of the high cap stock that control almost 60% of the market do not go on the sell side, market might close there. But the good thing is that market is preparing for what? For another, what I call a bargain hunting activities, which already started yesterday. But investors do not understand what I mean, that buy stock that has value and wait, because every investment is against the future.
Okay, I think we should leave it there. Ambrose Omordion, Chief Research Officer, Investdat Consulting, always a delight to have you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Still to come after the break, private sector players kick against federal government's $800 million loan facility recently got from the World Bank for post-petrol subsidy removal palliative.